Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan with your hosts, Adrian and Mac.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Peter Pan, and I'm sitting beside my friend Dan.
Dan the man.
The man.
Dan the man. Yeah.
Actually, I'm Mac Black.
Adrian Smith here.
Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome, everybody, to the Kentucky Game Plan.
We've been out for a couple weeks, or shows, should I say?
Couple months.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Well,
Beautiful weather outside today.
it is. It's not winter weather at all.
Summer weather. You know, it's
But, hey, by the end of the week it will be winter.
right. It's flip-flop. It's like you're under the weather over there.
I've been under the weather for a solid week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been great.
Well, we're hoping Mr. Adrian Smith feels better.
Let's hope.
Let's hope so.
Taking the pills.
Speaking of, college football is wrapping up.
Yep.
We got bowl games and championships and coaches being hired and
Coaches being fired. Yeah.
Coaches being fired as well. Locally, big news.
Yep.
Louisville Cardinals.
Have parted ways
Yes, they parted ways.
with Mr.
Terrible season they had.
Yeah.
The fans are feeling it. I'm sure the players, the morale's down. This and that. They're looking for a new coach.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince Tyre is, like we said, cut ties with Bobby Petrino, giving him his basically full max contract of what was left on that deal, $12 to $14 million range. The search is on. They went after and sat down with the ex-Louisville native, I guess is the way you want to put it, Purdue coach Brom.
Yep, Jeff Brom.
Jeff Brom. The guy that's doing great at Purdue. Sorry. Basically, they sat him down and offered him a deal. And said, hey, if you come back to Louisville, this is what we can give you. This is what we got as far as our facilities. This is what the roster looks like. Coming in the next season, they're ranked 81st out of the top 100 as far as recruiting class. Mm-hmm. Those are Bobby's guys that he went out and recruited. He said no. He's staying at Purdue. And honestly, I can't blame him for staying at Purdue.
Well, he quoted, Purdue is where I want to be. And he also received that 2-year extension through 2024 season. He would get a $3.8 million salary raise annually. They're winning.
They're in a bowl game.
Right, they have a great team. So why would you leave that? And like he said, Purdue, they've done nothing to me. They've not given me a reason to leave. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm happy here.
Yeah.
So why would you leave to come into a not good situation? Not so good situation, shall I say?
Correct. Not a good situation. Not a consistently good situation. And like we mentioned, Brom. He's going to a bowl. U of L's not. You got to look at the recruiting classes that basically Brom is working with almost the exact same talent level as U of L had this past season.
Right.
Across the board. If you look defense, offense, whatever. And he was winning games against Ohio State. Louisville couldn't even beat Wake Forest.
Right.
Which going to that game only won 2 games. So
terrible game.
Terrible game.
Loss for them too.
So yeah, why would you leave a situation where you're getting paid decent money? It's not like he's getting paid a couple $100,000. He's getting paid a couple million. I know it's not the Petrino money, where it's $4 million, $5 million a season.
And sometimes it's not all about the money.
No, it's not.
End of the day, it could be for a lot of people, but if you're in a situation where you're comfortable, you feel good about what you're doing, you got a good group of kids playing for you, you got a good coaching staff, the athletic department is good to you, they're doing what they're all supposed to do, you're going to get your money.
Yeah.
You're going to get paid.
Yeah.
But you have to look beyond the money and worry about the program and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do to have a successful football team. Because if you're not, nobody's going to keep you there.
Right. You got to look too, though. Brom, being up in Purdue, he's recruiting from Louisville. He's getting kids that are attending Louisville schools and basically making good strides with them. So,
well, another thing is, I think that this also deterred him. This is crazy. It's been all over the news.
mm-hmm.
Brom went to Trinity.
Right.
29-year-old Thor Wilgen. I guess that's how you say his last name. I'm not sure. We're going to go by Thor because his first name.
Okay.
He was arrested and charged with second-degree terroristic threat, which is a Class D felony. He was pissed off because Brom,
okay. Yeah, I
made a
remember seeing
decision,
this.
said, hey, I'm not going to take the Louisville job. This guy tweeted, if you don't take the job, I'm going to set Trinity High School on fire.
Right. I did see that. I didn't know who did it.
Why would you do that? Yeah, there's a lot of angry Louisville fans.
Well,
They want to be successful, just like any other college, any other team.
Correct.
You come off 2 years of having a Heisman player there, and you're playing at a high level, and you're kicking everybody's butt, and then that 3rd season rolls in, and then you just drop. Yeah, you're going to be upset. Everybody wants to be successful in sports. That's part of it, winning.
Right.
But why would you tweet, hey, I'm going to set the high school on fire you went to if you don't take this job?
Yeah, that's a situation where emotions got more involved than they should have. Horrible situation because those kids missed classes.
Right. They canceled the classes on Wednesday and then Brom made that announcement Wednesday he wasn't going to take the job. And then Thor confessed to the tweets. And then his attorney, Ted Shaw, says it was no way a threat, and it was an attempt at humor.
Bad way to go about that humor.
The school and the community were never in danger. Those were his quotes. This is from his attorney, Thor's attorney.
Right. Bad way to go about some humor in. And
it's not humor.
And it's, like I said, the emotions got the better of the situation, obviously. But just like players, you got to hold that stuff back. You got to let that stuff go.
It's part of being an adult. Yeah, we get caught up in the heat of the moment.
Right.
We're angry and, we want things to go a certain way. They don't go. And then you have to reach in there and stop yourself.
Exactly.
Watch what you say. Because we live in a world where at least little thing you say or do can...
Everybody's on the microscope.
Put you behind bars.
Right, exactly. I mean, everybody's on the microscope.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter who you are or how old you are. In the social media world we live in, there you go.
Can bury you.
Oh, instantly.
Make you hero or villain, either way.
Instantly.
Next up, candidate-wise, there's several guys they got in mind. Troy's coach, Neil Brown.
Yeah, he's been looked at.
Appalachian State's coach, Scott Satterfield.
He's the number one candidate, I would say.
Brown was he a native of Danville native?
Danville. Yes, Danville.
And he coached and played at UK. And then Utah State's coach, Matt Wells, which coached the quarterbacks at Louisville during 2009 season.
Okay, I was like, the name sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember him?
I do.
And then Cincy's coach, Luke Fickell. He's turned that program around in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He really has.
That guy, if you're going to go after a guy that's...
Who would you pick between him and Appalachian State's coach? Ooh. Who do you see turning this program around? If you had to pick one.
I'd go with Appalachian State.
Would you?
Yeah.
And give me your reasons.
Well, he's made the most out of his players. So he has not only recruited players that he's wanted, he's made the best of those players. Because you got to think this guy's beat Michigan before. He's beat some big schools being at Appalachian State. And he's at Appalachian State.
Right.
So you got to think.
Underdog.
Right. Looked at as an underdog pretty much his whole coaching career. Now you kind of put him in a situation where you got a decent recruiting area of, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia. And you put basically the facilities that U of L has versus Appalachian State, which is going to be night and day as far as that's concerned. That's going to, bring in recruits. And, conference-wise, ACC versus where Appalachian State is. I want to say SoCon Valley, but, I look at it like that. Like, you're not going to have to pay this guy a lot of money to get what you need right off the bat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luke Fickell, he's done a great job. Not denying that. You know, Ohio State guy. He went to the sales, so he's a local guy as far as Louisville, Kentucky. But he's also made strides and put guys in the NFL, and he's made Cincinnati.
He's going to expect more money.
Exactly. He's
not to say that
he doesn't deserve it.
Right. Or Appalachian State's coach wouldn't want more money.
True. But you know, Cincinnati, since he's taken over in 3 seasons, they're in the top 25 on offense and top 25 in defense.
Turn their program all the way around.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and the guy that they passed on that no one talked about, Les Miles.
Yeah.
Les Miles.
You said that the other day.
He took the Kansas job right when the whole thing was going on with Bobby Petrino of like, you know, the last 2 or 3 games, I think, of the season. Everybody kept mentioning Braum and looking at Braum.
Well, I think they thought Braum was, okay, we're going to throw this at you. Hey, you're...
He's not going to say no.
You know, your little brother played here. He was quarterback. So,
right.
Hey, come on back.
Yeah, and the situation is that he didn't want to come back.
Right.
But you look at Les Miles. Hey, coached in the SEC, LSU, won a title at LSU. He can get the recruits.
Very impressive resume.
Yeah, so...
And players look at that, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they look at the coach and they look at, you know, the university as far as what they have and the facilities and stuff. So, yeah, guy that I think I would have looked at, man, was Les Miles. Never even mentioned.
All right. Well, drop the ball on that one.
They did. They did.
So, how soon do you think they'll announce your head coach?
I would say... Today's what, December 1st? Second? Okay, so December 2nd. I'd say
midweek?
I'd say 10 to 12 days.
Okay.
Before Christmas, for sure.
Yeah.
Before Christmas, for sure. Well, I'd say, you know, the
that could be a
15th,
20th. Christmas present for all Louisville fans.
It could be. It could be a great Christmas present.
You start, go in a different direction, get that team back on the level.
Mm-hmm. Competing in the ACC. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Quarterback-wise, do you think that'll help pass as far as his game? I mean, you've seen the season he's had.
Yeah.
New coach, maybe new motivation, new attitude. That would help?
I think with strides of help, yes. I mean, because, you know, some games he got pulled, some games he started, some games he never played at all. Mm-hmm. Not anything wrong with Malik Cunningham, but I'm just saying, like, supposedly Jawan Pass was the guy after Lamar Jackson. Well, Petrino didn't act like he was the guy. He didn't have that much faith in him.
He gave up. I think he gave up on it.
I did too. I think he gave up on the whole team personally, but that's just my opinion.
Right.
I think it helped Jawan Pass tremendously if he stays. You know, because he could transfer out of here.
Yeah.
Depends on the coach.
Yeah. And speaking of coaches, Chris Mack, Louisville basketball.
Yep. Another Louisville guy.
Yeah, another Louisville guy. They were victorious against Seton Hall. That's an old Louisville rivalry there.
It is, yes.
I remember coming up watching the Seton Hall Louisville game.
Conference USA and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love watching that.
Seton Hall's not a bad team.
They're not.
Going in this game, I think they were 4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisville came out victorious. They won by 5. Chris Mack says he's pleased with his team's resiliency. So if you listen to what he said, when he said use the word resiliency, look at the past few games, the close games they had. 2
overtimes.
They had overtime against Marquette.
Lost. Yep.
And they lost to Marquette. Kind of squeaked that win in against Michigan State.
I'm still shocked.
Close game.
Yeah.
Because they pretty much led the whole game.
Right.
I got to see some of it, and when I seen the score, I was shocked.
I'm not shocked that Louisville won. I'm saying I'm shocked that Michigan State didn't come out to play.
Right.
Knowing what Michigan State is with Izzo being the head coach, those guys are blue-collar guys as far as playing basketball.
It's like, I don't know. They had to lead. Louisville had to lead pretty much the whole game.
Right.
They're knocking down their shots, hitting their free throws. They look really good at the free throw line. And then it's like the last few minutes, Michigan State decides to play ball. Right. And, you know, they come within, I think it was 2, 3.
2.
And then, you know, Louisville, part of being resilient, they fought. And Chris Mack said he's proud of his team for fighting. They're fighters. And when you get down like that, you have to fight to get back in the game. But it's not always good.
No.
Yeah, they found ways to fight back in late game situations. This is what Dwayne Sutton was talking about, which he had 12 points in the game yesterday. He said we've done a good job of finding ways to fight back in late game situations. Now, you can't always do that. If you get down, you want to fight back. You have to fight back if you want to win, but you want to get ahead.
Yeah, you want to build the lead. Yeah, you want to build the lead. I look at it like this. That Seton Hall game, I mean, that thing was down to the wire. I mean, they really didn't pull that away till about a minute 30, I think.
And it was the free throw. I mean, it was the free throw shooting and the 3-pointers.
Yeah, 3-pointer.
Jordan Noah, Darius Perry, both of them had 9 points. Christian Cunningham, 5 points. And he was one of the ones that hit that three.
The top of the
Seal
key.
the deal.
Top of the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
they got the guys to step up when it's time for them to step up and, knock down a few quality shots. The Pirates, Miles Powell, their best player. Best player on the team had 23 points. Could have tied the game with 10 seconds left, but the three he shot clanked off the rim.
Okay.
So, it gave Louisville
The
victory.
rebound. Yeah, the rebound.
Could have tied it up. It would have been great to see another overtime game.
See how good they are resilience-wise.
I'm going to start calling the overtime Cardinals.
Uh-oh. Cardiac Cardinals?
Yeah.
There we go.
A
They're
friend of
back.
mine I work with, he's like, man, he was at the game watching. He's like, I had to have a drink watching that game. This is the Michigan State game. He's like, I had to have a drink watching that. So,
Well,
I think a lot of Cardinal fans have been on, edge of their seats or whatever. Speaking of their defense, they managed to keep this guy in check second half.
okay.
First half, he was lighting them up. Second half, they got some defensive stops, slowed him down the stretch, and that gave Louisville an advantage as well. So even the coach was like, hey, their defense was great. They did a good job of, keeping Powell in check and containing him, which was key to them winning.
True.
Because this guy was all over the place. He finished with 23 points.
Do you expect this team to... Let me rephrase this, sorry. Do you expect this Cardinal team now to give more of a fight when the Commonwealth game comes around? Cardinals and Cats.
I think they will. I think it'll be a close, maybe first half game, but I feel like Kentucky's got this one.
Okay.
I mean, Kentucky has squeaked out some games.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been down to half, like yesterday's game. UNC Greensboro, they were down to half by like 3.
Yeah.
Louisville's been down to half. Louisville's been ahead to half. Kentucky's been ahead to half.
True.
But honestly, both teams still got a lot of work to do. I mean, they both got some pretty good players.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll get to Kentucky here in a minute. Kevin Willard, Seton Hall's coach, feels like his team is dependent on Powell too much. So we got this situation of, we got this great player. He's scoring all the points. Let's just sit back and watch him.
They can't do that.
Yeah.
They can't do that in basketball.
We have to learn to run our offense, not depend on him. Say he goes down.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Say he gets in foul trouble. Who's going to step up?
Well, see, and that's when everybody panics.
Right.
And that's when you put yourself in a worse situation.
Right. You can't do that. You can't be a competitive team and expect, to jump on the coattail of your best player, your highest scorer. You can't do that.
Right.
Everybody has to contribute something. Whether you're rebounding, you got that locked-in defense, you're causing turnovers that cause offensive plays, or you're getting your defensive stops. So, however it may be, you have to contribute something.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, you can't just watch and just stand back. Yeah, that's not good.
But we'll see what happens. Louisville has Central Arkansas Wednesday at home. That should be a good game.
Central Arkansas.
Yeah, Central Arkansas. Kevin Willard, Seton Hall, Pirates have New Hampshire on Tuesday.
Kevin Willard. Yeah.
Good old Kevin Willard.
Cats.
Yeah. Kentucky basketball. Well, UNC, Greensboro.
UNC Greensboro.
Kentucky is now 7-1, so 7th straight victory.
Everybody.
Tyler Herro, 18 points.
I'll say everybody got on board in this game second half.
Yeah, they had to. They had to.
Yeah, great.
Cal says that this game here is like part of the series, like the first series of tests his team's gonna have. So
Throughout the season.
right.
Okay.
So we had a couple guys step up. Travis,
Yeah.
he had 22 points. Keldon Johnson rolled his ankle in the first half. Still finished with 12 points, 11 rebounds, but kept playing through the pain.
I knew he had 4 points in a row there in the second half.
Warrior there. He went back. They took him back in the first half, treated his injury. He came back, got back in the game and played. True warrior, dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
The
ankle
mentality to play, and then throwing down those dunks and going up for rebounds, and you coming back down on those ankles.
Exactly what I was about to say, man. You're playing basketball with a bad ankle.
Right.
It's like, I mean, that's the worst of the worst injury when you're playing basketball. Period.
But it's like the whole game, though. Kentucky, it's like they spent time trying to adjust to UNC Greenboro's style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Instead
of playing their own.
Right. It's like that team didn't back down from the Cats. They were unawed by their size and, the whole limelight and stardom and all that. Played their game.
Well, then that's what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
They trailed. I mean, they led to halftime. Kentucky trailed.
Right.
By 3 points at the half. But, they took control 55-50 at the 13:08 mark in the second half.
Okay.
So, a couple 3-pointers went down with Travis and Ashton Higgins, another guy.
That's what I was about to mention.
His defense has been phenomenal. It's just like a breakthrough for him.
And Coach loves it.
Right. He's been solid pretty much the whole season, but dude's got this lockdown defense that just disrupts people's plays.
Mm-hmm.
He locks down his opponent. He don't let go. It's like a pit bull.
Well, I mean, defense creates offense.
It does. And that's what he's starting to show now.
Right.
And that kept them, they got a few defensive stops thanks to him, and that opened up an 8-0 run for Kentucky, and they shot 50% after the second half.
That's phenomenal.
Right, and they kept Greensboro at 20%.
Ooh.
And 36% overall shooting, so locked in on them, shut them down.
Yeah, they only rolled with 7 players in that game.
Right.
Cal did.
Yeah, and we'll get to that too, because 3-point shooting, he feels like this is his best 3-point shooting team. So if you look at Harrow and you look at Reed's knocking down threes, Ashton's knocking down threes, Keldon Johnson's knocking down threes, so I might roll with him on the whole thing about their 3-point shooting team.
Well,
But you feel like it's his best he's had.
Well, now you know what you can do with this team.
Right.
We're only like 7-8 games into the season here, but that first game of the season with Duke, I mean, I don't know if they were starstruck.
I think that's part of it.
They were just kind of
Like, hey, got a little big and starstruck.
Yeah, like, what is going on? Who are these guys?
They know now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Richards, Quade Green,
Yeah.
not getting minutes, barely seen any past few games. Green,
Reason?
no defense. Kyle said he's playing no defense. Your offense is great. You give us a good offense, but you're not showing no defense. You're not stepping up in practice. Same with Nick Richards. He's had 12 turnovers in his last 4 games. Green has.
Okay.
So don't be surprised if you don't see Ashton starting a little more as point guard.
Well, he's brought it, though.
Yeah, he has. And that's what he's looking for. He's playing the whole 7-guy thing.
Right.
These are the 7 guys who are competing and contributing in practice. They're stepping up. Nick Richards started off solid.
Like
once again,
last season.
Exactly. And he's starting to decline. Cal calls him, you're the 4th. Yeah, he's playing bigs.
Yeah.
Cal's playing the bigs. So it's, Nick, you're the 4th best big man.
Wow.
What do you want to do to get back in that rotation? You'll step up. Get
Step
in practice. Play your ass off. Act like you want to be there. Act like you want to be on the floor. Get some playing time. And quit being a bench rider.
True.
And there's only one way to do that. And that's contribute.
Contribute.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
Reed Travis is one of the 30 candidates for the Senior Class Award. So big ups to him.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Definitely.
LaMelo Ball
Yeah.
had Kentucky on his list.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well, it's not a shame he wouldn't play at Kentucky, but it's a shame that
He had him on the list because he ain't going there. I can tell you that.
And Kentucky will not be recruiting him, just so you know.
Well, I kind of figured that. Cal don't want nothing with that drama.
Would you?
No, not at all.
By the Wildcats.
I agree.
Other news: Kentucky has offered 2019 class 5-star power forward J.D. McDaniels scholarship.
Okay.
So, dude, 6'11",
True.
185 pounds. He's from Federal Way, Washington. He's visited several schools besides Kentucky, San Diego State, and Washington. Those took place back in October. UCLA, and I think November the 9th, he visited Kentucky.
Okay.
So we'll see where he ends up.
Yeah.
Beast player, though.
Well, yeah, it's 6'11".
Yeah.
Better be.
He's got his 2019 class is crucial. He lost James Wiseman to Memphis.
Yes.
So, but the other guys he's visited.
Oh, yeah.
From that 2019 class. Another friend of McDaniels he's reached out to is Matthew Hurt, 6'9", 215 pounds, power forward from Rochester. So,
well, Cal, it's what he does. He recruits.
Yeah.
So let's hope he gets some of these guys. I mean, now he's got some competition with Memphis.
Yeah, definitely.
So and Chris Mack at Louisville. So let's not knock that out.
Oh yeah, he's got a good recruiting class. So it's going to be a war of recruiting.
Oh, I agree.
So LeBron James is hinting about his son,
Bronny Jr.
Right, exactly. Playing for the Duke Blue Devils. You know, LeBron, he skipped college.
Correct.
Straight to the NBA from high school.
There was no one and done rule in place at that time.
He quoted, "Love Coach K.
Yeah.
The absolute best. Hope he still has." He says, "I'm sorry, hold on. Hope he's still at the helm when my boy comes up." So basically, he's hoping Coach K's still the coach of Duke, doing what he does best.
Yeah.
And his son gets there in 2023.
Well,
right around the corner.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it seems far, but it's not that far.
No, it's not.
So, that'd be tremendous to watch.
Probably gonna happen.
Yeah, unless that one and done rule is gone. Yeah, but
whether it's gone or not, he'll be there.
I think it'll be phenomenal to see him there.
Oh yeah, take after his dad, definitely. Magic Johnson saying they don't want to overplay LeBron. Some people feel like he's being overplayed. Rondo's still out with his hand injury, so you see a lot of LeBron at point guard, which is what he does.
Well, he plays 5 positions, so he plays them all well. I understand what Magic Johnson's saying because he doesn't want to put him in a situation where he's playing an extreme amount of minutes during the regular season.
Just like they don't want to create that whole Cleveland Cavaliers situation over again.
Right.
That was the whole reason they brought him here, so he doesn't have to experience that over.
So you know what that means? Exactly what we talked about earlier.
That means what?
These other guys, these young guns, as they call themselves, need to stop watching the show.
Yeah.
Stop watching the show and be part of the show.
Exactly.
So, Lonzo Ball and all those other guys, Brandon Ingram,
yes,
all those guys, step up. And now's your time. Now's your moment.
Well, Rondo's been coaching on the sidelines.
Exactly.
In practices.
And that dude's won championships. He's been around the league. He knows what he's doing.
Listen.
Exactly.
Steph Curry made his comeback last night after 11 games due to his left groin strain.
Okay.
He hasn't played since November 8th when he lost to the Bucks.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
NBA time was.
Yeah. Seems like years. He said he felt a bit antsy last night. Whenever he got the ball, he's probably just a little rusty, trying to warm up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're practicing with your own guys.
But he finished
game time is different.
Right. He finished with 27 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 turnovers.
Ooh.
All in 37 minutes. End up dropping the ball to, look like the Pistons.
Oh.
111-102. So it's going to take him a couple of games to get back in the swing of things. Meanwhile, Durant's been killing it.
Yeah, 40-something, 2 games, and then the 51-point game. Yeah.
Durant's been killing it, so.
They got plenty of guys to lean on.
Yeah, they do. They're almost back to, the Warriors.
Of old.
Yeah.
Well.
Exactly, so. What we got going around town?
Some things around town real quick. crazy as far as this is going on because there's so much to do because the holidays and all that.
Happy holidays!
There you go. Brown Foreman Nutcracker is going on. Christmas at the Zoo. And Actors of Louisville's Christmas Carol. Lights Under Louisville's going on. Also at the Palace, Trevor Noah is going to be in town.
Trevor Noah, are you going?
I know somebody across this table would love to go, but we won't be in town. So
Won't be in town.
no.
That's sad.
So that's things around town
All right.
for the month of December.
Well, guys,
Yep.
happy holidays once again. And for your listening pleasures, to keep up with us, make sure you follow us on Instagram at the _KY _game plan, Facebook at the KY.game plan, and Twitter at the KY game plan. I'm Mac Black. This wraps up our show.
I'm Adrian Smith.
And thank you for listening to the Kentucky Game Plan.